New York Mayor De Blasio unveils a new city budget, the 2021 budget proposal, which includes cuts to essential programs like education. Now, the mayor's own wife has run a mental health program in the city for 5 years, which New Yorkers believe has not been essential and are calling for greater cuts. Here's One America's Caitlin Sinclair.
During New York Mayor De Blasio's daily COVID-19 briefing, he revealed cuts in funding our city's child education programs, youth employment and summer programs, and for all schools here in the 5 boroughs. De Blasio says this was in an effort to save city funds. Yet some New York representatives are questioning our city's own First Lady and her pet project. This project is facing only a fraction of those cuts and has cost New Yorkers more than all summer programs combined. The initiative, known as Thrive NYC, has operated with an $850 million budget since its launch. One America spoke to more than 10 elected officials and representatives of community organizations who have been critical of the program's lack of transparency about how that massive budget is being spent each year.
This is the most expensive political campaign for a city councilwoman in the history of our country.
While the city's Department of Education will face a $264 million cut, Thrive NYC's budget cut barely scratches that surface. During the mayor's initial briefing, he said those numbers were not configured yet, recently announcing it to be only a $9 million cut.
Why are we looking at a total $200+ million cost to the Department of Education while a program deemed unnecessary and, most important of all, non-essential, to actually suffer a smaller budget cut than something as strong as important as education?
Many of the proposed cuts will directly hit the day-to-day functioning of schools, with a hiring freeze, reduction in counseling, and operating expense dips, raising questions about whether schools will have all the tools they need to help students catch up after months of lost in-person instruction. City Council will spend the next few months negotiating with the mayor on a finalized budget, which will be announced in June. In the meantime, elected leaders and officials are calling on the mayor to become more creative in finding ways to restore funding for these programs. Caitlin Sinclair, One America News, New York.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube. And call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.